sell on the black market. However, Bud's situation worsens when his ex-wife Jocelyn threatens to leave with their daughter if he cannot secure the $10,000 they require in a week to pay for Paige's braces and college. Despite the fact that the story is decent, the film is wildly enjoyable. It's a strange combination of comedy, horror, and fast-paced savage action that keeps you fascinated. The movie has a 6.2 rating on IMDb and a 64% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 7. What Josiah Saw. It is a gothic horror film directed by Vincent Grashaw. The story begins in a remote community where everyone is aware of the cursed Graham farm on Willow Road and believes it has a dark past. The major plot centers around Josiah Graham and his youngest son, Thomas, who are the only remaining members of this dysfunctional family. However, after seeing horrific glimpses from beyond, Josiah determines they must modify their methods in order to correct a tremendous evil. Now, after being separated for more than 20 years, Eli and Mary, Josiah's oldest kids, are compelled to sell the property and rejoin at the old farmhouse in an effort to put an end to this frightening chapter of their lives. However, their lives take a terrifying turn as they are forced to face their long-buried truths and crimes of the past. Overall, the movie has fascinating aspects, such as a subdivided storyline and the ability to create horror without using the traditional overused frightening visuals. The movie has a 6.1 rating on IMDb and a 71% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 6. Purple Hearts. It is a romance drama film directed by Elizabeth Allen Rosenbaum. The story focuses on Cassie Salazar and Luke Morrow, who are completely opposite. Cassie works evenings at a nightclub in Oceanside, California, to earn a living while pursuing her passion of becoming a musician, whereas Luke is a Marine recruit who finds solace in the iron rules of the military and is set to ship away for deployment. However, an unexpected meeting at Cassie's nightclub alters both of their destinies. Despite their numerous differences, they both agree to wed for the sole goal of receiving military perks, but when misfortune occurs, the boundary between reality and fiction blurs, making their fake marriage all too real. Despite criticism and a low critics score, the audience loves this film. Although the story is decent, the connection between the lead actors is what really draws you in, and if you enjoy romantic movies, you'll definitely enjoy this one. The movie has a 6.9 rating on IMDb and a 71% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 5. Good Luck to You, Leo Grand. It is a 2022 British sex comedy drama film directed by Sophie Hyde. The story focuses on Nancy Stokes, a widowed retired teacher who longs for the passion and excitement that have always been absent from her life. And to make up for it, she recruits a handsome escort by the name of Leo Grand, with whom she later forms a lovely bond. As Nancy experiences a post-marital sexual awakening, Leo employs his expertise in seduction, and the two discover a surprise feeling of connectedness that leads to some insane and emotional adventure, as well as some wonderful sex. Overall, the movie is fantastic and tackles age and sexuality concerns with sensitivity, comedy, and honesty. Also, as a reminder, you cannot watch this film with your family. The movie has a 7.2 rating on IMDb and an 84% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 4. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. It is a 2022 comedy horror film directed by Helena Reagan. The plot centers on a group of 7 friends who get together for a social gathering at an estate owned by one of their friend David's wealthy parents. The first night of the party, they play a game called Bodies, 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 in which one friend pretends to be a killer and eliminates the other friends. But their party game turns deadly when a real death occurs during the game, and the group's remaining members must figure out who is really after them. As this gang works to unravel the mystery at the estate, the movie shifts between being a consistently funny comedy and a scary, haunting film. Overall, it's a humorous and twisty take on the slasher genre, and the major revelation is saved for the surprising climax. The movie has a 6.6 rating on IMDb and a 78% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 3. Minions: The Rise of Gru. It is a 2022 animated comedy film directed by Kyle Balda. It is the 5th overall installment in the Despicable Me series and the sequel to the spin-off prequel, Minions, 2015. The film is set in the 1970s and centers on young Gru, a fan of the Vicious Six super-villain group. Gru develops a strategy to elevate his level of evil so that he can associate with them, and fortunately, he has the help of his devoted minions to cause some mayhem. However, when the Vicious Six remove their leader, famed boxer Wild Knuckles, Gru interviews to join them, which doesn't go well, and matters only get worse when Gru manages to beat them and finds himself the Vicious Six's biggest enemy. Watching Minions is always fun, and this time was no different. The movie was fantastic and extremely entertaining from beginning to end, and is possibly the best entry in the Minions film franchise and a must-see of 2022. The movie has a 6.9 rating on IMDb and an 89% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 2. 13 Lives. It is a 2022 American biographical survival film based on the Tham Luang Cave rescue. The film tells the extraordinary true story of the massive international rescue operation for a Thai soccer team that was trapped in the Tham Luang Cave during an untimely rainfall. In the face of overwhelming odds, a group of the world's most trained and knowledgeable divers, who are uniquely equipped to cross the network of flooded tight cave passages, teams up with Thai authorities and more than 10,000 civilians in an attempt to carry out a deadly rescue of the 12 boys and their coach. With the world watching and the stakes unimaginably high, the team goes on their most difficult dive yet, demonstrating the boundlessness of the human spirit in the process. Overall, it is a gripping survival thriller that gives you the goosebumps, captures your attention with its mystery, and keeps you on the edge of your seat. The movie has a 7.8 rating on IMDb and a 94% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 1. Prey. It is a 2022 sci-fi horror action film based on the Predator franchise. It is the 5th movie in the series and a prequel to the prior 4 movies. The film is set in the Great Plains in 1719 and follows Neru, a beautiful Comanche woman who qualified as a healer but desires to be a great hunter like her brother, Tabe. She grew up in the shadow of some of the Great Plains' top iconic hunters, so when a mysterious beast attacks her village, she goes out to defend her tribe. The monster she pursues and eventually fights is a highly evolved alien predator with a technologically powerful weaponry that kills people for pleasure. Prey is the first superbly made film in the Predator series since 1987's Arnold Schwarzenegger blockbuster, Predator. All about it, from the compelling story to the visually impressive shots, the casting, the direction, and the performances, has been done to perfection. And the movie has a 7.2 rating on IMDb.